AFTV, we are on our way to the City Ground for Nottingham Forest versus Arsenal. This is the last away game of the season for Arsenal, the last road trip of the season going away from home, and it's against Nottingham Forest. And it's just such a shame, man, because this game don't really have a lot riding on it. It don't really mean nothing for Arsenal apart from pride. It's got a lot riding on it if you're a Nottingham Forest fan, because obviously they're in relegation trouble, and probably if they win this game, they probably survive. And that's how big a game it is for them. It's an absolutely huge game for them. The weather's shining, this place is going to be absolutely rocking, and they're going to be giving absolutely everything today to get a victory. The question is, what kind of Arsenal team's going to turn up? And I want to ask my guys in the back there. We got Lee, we got Julian, and we got Cecil, all squeezed up in the back there, right? Squeezed.
We've got an economy class today, I'll tell you that, mate.
Right? But what do you guys reckon? What type of Arsenal's going to turn up today?
Well, I'm going to say this now, and I've heard it a little bit on the radio today, and a lot of people saying, Nottingham Forest, are going to win this game because they're going to be more up for it than Arsenal. I don't want that. I'll be very, very disappointed if they're up for it more than us. You know, I think we still got to see the season off in style and win these two games. What will disappoint me at the end of the day, Robbie, is if Man City have won the league and it's by 10 points or something like that. It won't show a proper reflection of what the season is. So we need to nail these two games coming up.
And you know, when we talk about pride, if we actually lose the game today, Man City have won the league without even having to play that game tomorrow. So that would be the case. I mean, Julian?
Yeah, I think it's important, and it's going to be a reflection of Mikel's attitude and skill levels, really, if he can sort of get the team to bounce back from last week, because he was looking so angry after that game. The press conference that he gave, you could see he was so upset by what he saw.
3-0, you was upset, weren't you?
Yeah, I was upset. I was more disappointed. I wasn't angry. But one thing with him is he looked angry, and if he could kind of communicate that anger into the players, and we get the kind of performance, the angry performance today that we should have had last week, then I think we'll be fine. Because if you look at the two teams, there's a reason why they're near the bottom of the league and we're at the top, because ultimately we have the better players. So if we match them for attitude and commitment, then we should win the game.
I think our away form I've enjoyed it this season going with you guys going away. I think we've played such good football playing away. We saw it at Newcastle. There's many games. I think we play so much better when we play away. So I think today will be another showing of that, and the boys should be up for it. I mean, I hope we get the game done nice and early, and we see some players that we haven't seen in a while. I'd like to see a Mill Smith-Rowe figure at some point in this game. I'd like to see some players that, you know, want to have some minutes. I know Mikel probably won't do that, because I remember last season I was screaming for Balogun to get some minutes towards the end of the season. It never happened, but it'd be nice to get this game done nice and early, and we continue our away form, because I've enjoyed every away day with you lads, I must say, even though some of you fucking big bags.
It's been emotional, isn't it? Though,
fucking hell.
Highs and lows. You know, when you say finish the game early, I think this is going to be a really tough game today. As I said, we're up against a team that are absolutely fighting for their lives. It's probably their last home game of the season, so they're going to be in a celebratory mood. But it's one of them games that if Arsenal go out there, get off to a really fast start, get a couple of goals ahead, that could really silence the crowd, because much as they're going to be really, really up for it at the start, it could become a very nervy place if they go goals behind, because then, you know, they start to be under threat of dropping out of this league. And we haven't had a good record there in recent times. We played there twice. Now, neither of them have been in the league. One was an FA Cup game, one was a League Cup game. We lost both of those.
Another FA Cup game.
Two FA Cup games, one League Cup.
Sorry, two FA Cup games, one. We drew one, innit? Yeah. Drew one, lost two.
We won one. Yeah. 1-1, I think 4-0 or 5-0, was it?
Oh yes.
Then we lost 4-2,
and we lost 1-0. Last season.
So it's going to be different though, because I think this is like the sort of first time we're sort of going there and probably going to play like our strongest team. So it's going to be really, really interesting to see how this game pans out. But I'm like with you guys, I want to see a strong showing from Arsenal. And like you said, the real Arsenal turns up. We saw that against Newcastle, that they can go to the most hostile of places and, you know, really turn it on. They've been doing that a lot this season. So let's hope that's the Arsenal that turns up, because you're right. Arteta was angry last week, and he had every right to be, because that performance was not an acceptable one by Arsenal, but they tend to be much better on the road. So because of that, because of what happened last week, and because of the fact that I think Arteta's going to get into them, and because Forest, even though the crowd's going to be right up for it, are going to be in a bit of a nervy state, I'm going for an Arsenal win. I'm going to go 3-1 to Arsenal. Where you not going?
Conceding, yeah, Rob.
I think,
we always concede.
I think Arsenal, the performance against Newcastle, that's the sort of performance that I want. I'm going to go for Nottingham Forest 0, Arsenal 2.
Yeah, I'm going to go for a 1-0 to the Arsenal. And on that conceding part, we do always concede, but at home. But away from home, I think the way we play is more defensively sound.
We concede away as well in recent times. Remember, you know what I mean? We conceded at West Ham.
Conceded your homework today.
I don't remember seeing. Too many Newcastle.
Yeah, we didn't concede.
Goals.
No, we didn't concede at Newcastle. We conceded at West Ham, went 2-0 up. We conceded at Liverpool, went 2-0 up. We've conceded, quite a few games away from home as well.
What have you here, Julian? What have you here? What you got for him?
Didn't concede at Spurs.
No,
that was in January.
But the point I'm making is that our defensive capabilities and our defensive performances away from home have actually been better.
No, you're right. You're right. But
so we've actually got less chance of conceding away from home than we have of conceding at home. Therefore, that's why I'm going.
Go on, Julian. Tell him he's wrong, mate. He said, tell him he shouldn't predict us to
It's a
concede.
prediction and it's opinion, and we're all entitled to our opinion. However, my opinions are normally based on facts.
Yeah, well, those facts are not correct, because we have conceded. We've conceded quite a lot of goals away from home. You know what I mean? You are right. You are right that away from home, we are more defensively disciplined. We're a better defensive team away from home. But we still, apart from take that Newcastle game out of it, in recent games we've conceded far too many goals away from home as well. So it's better defensively, but I'm not too. I don't know. I just don't back a clean sheet. I hope you guys prove me wrong. But I just want to see a proper performance from the team today, and we're gonna have to defend good, because they've got that Taiwo Iwamni up front, and he's very physical. And they've got like Brennan Johnson, who's very quick, who can get in behind. You know what I mean? So we don't defend right. I think we'll be in problems, but 3-1.
3-1. I'd love to see a 3-0 to wrap up my day. I'm on vibes now. I'm coming towards the end of the season. I want to enjoy. I want to see a 3-0 like a Fulham. Fulham away.
That was another clean sheet. Yeah. There are not many clean sheets.
No,
Not many clean sheets.
3-0. I want a 3-0, hopefully. Nice, enjoy it. We have a little drink after. Our last away trip together as a team. We've had some good ones. We've going
have a little
abroad.
night out, won't we?
A nice little night out tonight. Let's hope Arsenal get the win. We can actually enjoy this final away trip until next season. But yeah, man.
Okay, well listen, we're on our way up there, feeling in a good mood. Just so that Tottenham have lost on our way.
They conceded today. They didn't keep a clean sheet, Robbie.
At home, that was.
That's certainly not a benchmark, them lot, you know what I mean, right? So listen, we're on our way up to the City Ground, Nottingham. You never know, we might not make this trip next year. We don't know, so let's enjoy it, guys. We're gonna do this! Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.